Hey guys, this is Anupam. Today we are going to do something exciting. One of my friends, he's going through a data migration project from ECC to S4. And before they get to data migration, they have to do certain steps. Let me quickly jump into what they are looking for. So on my screen, you will see the steps which are there before uh, the data migration can happen. They're supposed to do some data discovery, what all sources they have, some kind of profiling, and then data cleansing, data duplication. Those kind of steps are needed before they can enrich the data, transform it, and start loading. So this is something which I guess is pretty common across different data migration projects. So I'm going to focus again on Material Master. If you remember last time we had used this template given by SAP for Material Master, and if you go to the fields list tab, you have to unhide the columns for I and J. These are the columns which and table names which SAP gives, and this is the template we are trying to prepare. But before that, let's say we are going to our ECC system and we want to look at the Material Master. This materials list, which is this RMM VR00 program, and if I run this with this simple variant, I think let's run it with no filters today, I get a bunch of records from SAP. I think 28,000 odd set of data which we get from SAP, and there's a lot of information. There's a lot of rows and columns. Even the business guys who work with this every day, they need some kind of tool help to do their data discovery and profiling, right? Now, let me quickly jump into how the people at work connector helps with this journey. All right, so now we into our template with Excel, and it has the people at work connector built in. Content. And if you remember last time we had used this, so I'll just focus on this for today. We'll use the same report, and now we'll use a different variant which we use today for all the data. We'll still use ALV, and today what we're going to do is ask it to fetch all the labels, that is both the business description as well as the technical field names, and you'll see in a second how this helps. So if I do this, and I also can be pulling my Mara on other tables. So this time, since this is specific to Material Master, what we have done is identified the tables which SAP recommends from this template, and that becomes the list which can be selected. So Mara, MAKT, MARM, all of those tables which will be needed are in this list. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out which one we need here. So we'll just use right now Mara. And let's go ahead and start querying. So if you notice right now we have this report data, but this is this is all data, and it also has only technical field names, BWTAR, KText, etc. Maybe we need to get better information. and a larger set of data. So if I refresh it with this parameters, first thing it wants to do is to authenticate me and authorize me for the SAP system. And now it is running this very report which we just saw on SAP on our behalf within Excel and fetching the information. So this probably 28,000 records, give or take a few, which it will be reading from SAP and bringing to Excel. So it went in and it has fetched 28,000 odd records from the SAP system. You'll notice two things. Now it is fetched for each of the columns. You have not only the technical field name but also the business field name. So K-text, and it has the material description, which really is helpful because then I can see in English, what is it that I'm working with. And similarly, let's go ahead and get the Mara data set also. While it is fetching Mara, we would go ahead and start doing some profiling with this data, which we have fetched from MM60, right? So if I go and do edit, basically what it is launching is my editor, which is called Power Query Editor. It's inbuilt into your Excel as well as within your Power BI. If it is new, it's think of it as a more powerful form of Excel formulas, where we have certain more queries and features to use. I'll just dig into how we use it for data profiling, data discovery, and some deduplication. So first thing I want to do is, right now it is profiling based on 1,000 rows. I want to do it for entire data set. So now it will go and look at the entire data set and does some of the initial validations about if it finds any error, if it is empty, etc., right? Now, first thing I want to see, what's the distribution of the materials. So I have 28,000 different material numbers. As you can see, there's this is a very popular one, HT-1010. It gives me the value distribution of all of these. And I can also look at it by plants. Plant 1000 has the highest number of materials, then 3000, and if I wanted to, I can, I guess I have to do the filter first. Okay, yeah, so from here I can get the entire list and just copy it here. I get a list of all the materials which are in plant 3000, right? So that's the one level of profiling we can do. Let's say we want to look at the description. Someone is telling me that I have a lot of materials which may have been created as duplicates across plants, company codes, etc. I want to use the data migration as an opportunity to do slightly better at catching those duplicates, at least identifying which ones might be the most notorious ones, right? So it is showing me some statistics of it has 7816 distinct and 5229 are unique. Now it is showing me the value distribution here for normal. Let's dig into hollow shaft, or I think earlier I was looking at a different one. Let's look at hollow shaft. So if I dig deeper into hollow shaft and I say contains hollow shaft, I see that it has 195 different materials which have been created for hollow shaft. Now, this may or may not be a problem, because a lot of times, you have materials which are extended to different plants, in which case, it's a valid one, but we want to dig deeper into this. And then I go and look at, the plants distribution. So I see that in plant 1000, I have a bunch of materials which has hollow shaft. There it is. You will see same text, and in the same plant, there's 147 different items which have hollow shaft as one of the tests. Some of them look okay because at least they have different description, but really, all these materials seem to be a suspect. So, this would be something which we'd want to capture in the data quality and data profiling discussions. Maybe get this list to the person who's responsible for materials and say, hey, this is a sample. I have this description of hollow shaft in the same plant for 148 different materials. Is this something which we can rationalize, right? So this could be a good starting point for profiling, for discovering the data, creating the data profiles, so to say, of the materials, and then be able to do some consolidation, at least deduplication reviews, and begin the discussion with the business. And since this is all within Excel, the business user themselves would be very interested to use this kind of feature. All right. So to summarize, what we did was extract the list of materials from SAP using MM60. We used Amara also, but really MM60 provides much more workable information for data discovery and profiling. And then we went into Power Query at first level only to just do a data profiling of what's the value distribution, how many plants have this material, etc. And then look at the suspect cases of where I might have data quality issues, where I need to consolidate and even dedupe some of the materials. All right, that's it. I hope you find this useful.